I'm sure that you have heard over both radio stations, WFOR and WAML, that all channels open to Willie McGee to save his life have now been exhausted, and the execution is to take place here this evening.
In 1945, Willie McGee, a young black man from Laurel, Mississippi, was sentenced to death for allegedly raping Willette Hawkins, a white housewife. At first, McGee's case was barely noticed, covered only in hostile Mississippi newspapers and far-left publications like The Daily Worker. Then, Bella Abzug, a young New York labor lawyer, was hired by the Civil Rights Congress, an aggressive arm of the Communist Party in the U.S., to oversee McGee's defense. Together with William L. Patterson, the son of a slave and a devout believer in revolutionary action against racial oppression, Abzug and a group of white Mississippi lawyers risked their lives to plead McGee's case. During years of courtroom battles and groundbreaking protests, McGee's supporters, including William Faulkner, Albert Einstein, Jessica Mitford, Paul Robeson, Norman Mailer, and Josephine Baker, spoke out on McGee's behalf and flooded President Harry S. Truman and the U.S. Supreme Court with clemency pleas. By the time the case ended in 1951, with McGee's public execution in Mississippi's infamous traveling electric chair, Free Willie McGee had become a rallying cry among civil rights activists, progressives, leftists, and Communist Party members who had succeeded in convincing millions of people around the world that McGee had been framed and that the real story involved a consensual love affair between him and Mrs. Hawkins, one that she'd instigated and secretly controlled. As author Alex Hurd discovered in a reporting journey that spanned several years, this alibi may have been fabricated by McGee and his defenders in a desperate attempt to save his life, resulting in a legacy of confusion, misinformation, and pain that still resonates. Relying on exhaustive documentary research, along with the recollections of family members on both sides, Alex Hurd, a native of Mississippi, tells a moving and unforgettable story that evokes the bitter conflicts between black and white, North and South, in America.
The doctor was now examining Willie McGee to officially pronounce him dead. So the execution is over, and to all intents and purposes, Willie McGee has finally paid for the crime he committed here in Laurel a number of years ago. All right, Jack, it's all yours. Okay,